Hey, everybody. I'm Anthony Maggio, along with Christian Peterson, CP. Say hi, CP.
Hi CP. I mean, wait.
Good job. You
Hey
follow
Mosh,
directions
how
very
are
well. I'm doing well. Glad to be joined with you here today to talk a little Game Blazers. CP and I both we both work at Sports Hub Games Network, and one of our primary products is Game Blazers, which you see up on the screen here. CP and I have been playing on Game Blazers for a while now, and we are here today to just kind of show how the app works. It's a little bit of a look into the how to of it without it being kind of an official tutorial, just sort of how two dudes use the Game Blazers app. So, um, Christian, we're
Yeah,
showing
and it's
my screen
it's
today.
yeah, it's probably a pretty good example of what a newish user would see because as employees of the company, we can't really participate in any super significant way. We do have like an internal contest that we all sort of play in each week. By law, we can't enter any of the big contests. So it's a good example of two people who are dipping their toes into Game Blazers without spending a bunch of money, right? So this will be a
Right.
pretty good example of how you can get started with Game Blazers without having to spend hundreds of dollars right off the bat.
Yeah, absolutely. I think, that's one of the real big selling points about Game Blazers is just it's the contests are free to play. So as you're seeing on my
Yeah.
screen, if I go to contest right now, any of these contests, of course, by law, I cannot enter, but by being on my phone, I could go in here and enter and just have to get fired. We'll not do that today. Um, but if you see, there are no entry fees for any of these contests, and there are prize pools, cash prize pools for these. Of course, if I go further down, we've got prize pools that are just credit based contests as well. So, but yeah, today I think what we're going to do is just kind of walk through a couple of the features. Not everything. We'll probably do a few of these just in the coming weeks here. That we're recording this on Wednesday, November 5th. So we're a day away here, about little over 24 hours away from the Thursday night game kickoff, which you'd think I'd know who that was this week, but I'm totally spacing. Oh, it's
Broncos,
literally right in front of me.
somebody.
It's literally on the
Yeah.
screen right now. Las Vegas and Denver.
Raiders and Broncos. How convenient that it's right there on the dashboard for you.
Good stuff. So, one of the reasons we're doing this today is actually the second half GB pass just dropped. So in the upper left corner here, I'm going to click where it's or tap where it says level 0. I had previously been at level, I think 22. I almost got through the entire first half GB pass, which is pretty impressive for a guy who can't play in contests for
Yeah, you did
money,
you did better than
except for
me. I
internal.
think I only got to level 15 on the
Did you?
season one pass. So you're
Okay.
yeah, you did better than I did.
Yeah, so I have yet to unlock premium, but I think we're going to fix that right now and show how this works. So when I tap on unlock premium, it says here what I can instantly claim by getting premium. So you'll see I'll get a common pack. I'm going to get 500 credits. I'm going to get a pack that has a untradeable QB, RB, tight end, wide. I mean, there's a lot of stuff here that I'm instantly going to get by virtue of making this purchase. So that's why you see it in on the screen there where it has the 125 crossed out and 24.99. You pay 24.99 to get it, but then as you go and kind of earn all these rewards, it ends up being that kind of value that you get. So I'm going to go ahead
Yeah.
since I won $20 in the internal contest last week. I'll go ahead and spend that plus a little extra and make that purchase so
Yeah.
we can see this come to life.
So if we back up a step, you could just do the free version of the battle pass, and the battle pass, what it
Yes.
allows you to do is to get stuff to sort of progress your way to building your franchise and building your team a little bit better. As you can see, the very first level, even in the free one, is you get a free pack. So then you open
Yep.
the pack and you can build your team, and you earn XP as you are taking actions on the site, whether it's entering contests or opening packs. Entering, we have what are called mini games each week. So you're trying to take various actions interacting with the app throughout the week, and then you can level up. And again, it's a way of playing Game Blazers completely for free. and you're improving your inventory, you're getting better, better cards, better items as you go along, and you can enter into the real money contest without spending a dollar. So what
Yeah.
you've done is you've upgraded to the premium, which instantly gives you, I think it's 2000 XP that you just earned. So now we're
Yeah.
about to see all the loot you're going to get simply by taking the action of paying $24.99. You're going to get
Yeah.
whatever, 2 common packs, 500 credits. We'll go through it here as you click through.
Yeah, you remember when I tapped on to the pass to get here, I was at level 0. I'm already at level 9. So
Yep.
to your point, CP, there's the free items, and I'll scroll down. So if you don't buy the premium, you still will earn XP and be able to claim everything on that free side. But I'm going to keep scrolling here, and as you see, once you get to 15, you can't earn any more rewards on the free side, but they keep going on the premium side. And like I said, we're in week 10 here, Wednesday before the start of games in week 10. And I have till the end of the season to earn XP and level up here. But yeah, when you buy the pass, it is a bit like Christmas morning, because it's like present here, sweet, claim, done. Here's one, done. And you just keep going, and it's literally like you get to keep opening your presents and you get items. So like this one, I'll talk real quick. This is a modifier. So as we're looking at items, if I have an item that is a 1.0, so no multiplier, I can upgrade it to a 1.1 multiplier, and we'll talk a little bit more about those maybe as we're setting
Yeah,
lineups.
we can show people what that looks like.
Yeah, and I don't even need to claim all these now. I'll actually leave some of the claiming for later, because what I'd like to do, I'm going to close out of here. There we go. So yeah, I see level 9 now there at the top. And if I go to my inventory, well, you saw me claiming all of those items. So let's go ahead and see. The common pack it's the cheapest one. It's the lowest price. So you're not getting as many items or as high end items as you are in maybe some of the other packs. But that doesn't mean you're getting bad items. I think you pulled a 1.5 Puka from a common pack, didn't you? Like
I
that's about
did.
the best there is out
A
there.
franchise, no less. So
Are you
a
kidding?
Puka
Oh my
Nakua
god.
1.5x. Yeah, like the pull of a lifetime, basically.
Yeah.
So I'll be able to try to dominate you guys in the internal contest for
Yeah.
like a decade with my
All right. So I'll start with Tyquan Thornton, Kyle Juszczyk, Michael Pittman 1.1. That's a very usable item right off the rip there. Michael Wilson. Hey, with Jacoby Brissett as quarterback, anything is possible now.
Yeah, he was relevant just this past week. There you go. Oh, that's
there.
huge.
Yeah.
If
That is huge.
1.5x Rico. Dang.
So when you see that 1.5x, like we said, that's the multiplier. So it's the baseline fantasy points they earn. Like if this was a 1.0, then that's what I get by playing a Rico Dowdle. But at 1.5, it's that multiplier. You get 1.5 of that. So yeah, this may very well be in a lineup that we're setting here this week. We'll have to see.
I'm gonna get a sneak peek at your lineup for this week, actually.
Well, you know what this Rico Dowdle is? This is a hedge, because CP and I happen to be playing each other. We are the 2 8-1 teams in our dynasty league this week, and he just traded for Rico Dowdle. So I may be hedging.
Yeah, you can hedge against what's coming in the dynasty league.
Yeah. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to stop sharing for just a moment, because what I'm going to do is go in and click on the internal contest link, which of course you cannot get in the lobby because it is only for internals, and I don't want you to have to watch me scroll through my Slack here. All right, so I got it. So I'm going to bring it back to stage. So you see our internal contest, where all of us employees here can battle for the $100 on the line. So when you enter a contest, you can see right away the different positions. So it's a QB in this particular contest. It's a QB, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, and a tight end. There are various contests on GameBlazers that have more or less items that you use with a salary that you can use as far as a max salary changing based on that. So I'm not committing to sticking with the lineup I'm going to set here today, just because I got to keep CP on his
Sure, you're
toes.
not. Yeah.
Um, but
And
you know,
and
I
notably, the contests do include the Thursday games, but
many do, yes,
you don't have to enter them before Thursday. You can still enter your lineup afterwards.
yeah,
You just can't
yeah.
use players from the Thursday game, obviously.
Correct. Yeah. So you see as I look at my quarterbacks how there's a salary assigned to each of them. And of course, this being GameBlazers, you can only pull from your own inventory. This is not like regular DFS where everybody has access to all the same things. So there's a collecting aspect to this as well. That's a lot of fun with, of course, ripping packs like I just did, and then deciding week to week who you want to play. So
Yeah.
as I
And
look
even
through
while we're
this,
looking at this, there's some nuance here because, like, you, for example, scroll up a little bit. You have two Jalen Hurts, which
yep,
off the cuff, you might think, well, I have only one contest to enter, so having duplicates is worthless. Well, it's not, because the multipliers actually affect the salary that's
yes,
involved here too. So when you get down to the end of the salary cap, you might be like, I really like Jalen Hurts matchup this week, but I can't
hmm
quite afford the 1.4x. Well, that's okay because I have the 1.3x that happens to fit under my salary cap. So
yeah,
I really think that's one of the maybe sort of the underrated aspects of GameBlazers is kind of a lot more strategy goes into lineup creation because of those multipliers. You're constantly sort of gauging like I mentioned, the Puka, the
yeah.
1.5x Puka Nakua that I have is great, but it means I'm going to have to make sacrifices elsewhere in my lineup because it also costs a lot to put that into my
It
lineup.
does. And it's not an insignificant difference that Jalen Hurts 1.4 to 1.3. I mean, it's
Yeah.
$600 basically, $670 there, difference from one to the next. So as I look at who I have available and what their matchups are here, um, there's not like I don't have a quarterback that stands out as like a must play. So typically in that, what I'm going to do is just pick the lowest one. I mean, I actually like Jared Goff at Washington. The Commanders are a bit in shambles at the moment, so
Yeah.
we'll go ahead and choose that just because I know it's my lowest salary option that I have. So now this is where like you see like my best running back. As a 1.4 Christian McCaffrey, the Rams have a really good defense. And as much as, McCaffrey's been their offense this season, like I'm not scared to play him here, but it's a big salary number in a tough matchup. So, I'm going to look and be like, oh, okay, 1.4 James Cook against Miami. That's actually sounds kind of nice. Right.
Yeah. And you can save
Um,
$2,000 over the
mhm.
McCaffrey. Yep.
Yep. So, I'm gonna
Man,
go
or the
there and then
1.5 Judkins against the Jets, who I don't think
yeah,
even are going to field an entire NFL defense this weekend after
they've
trading
traded
away
away,
their entire.
right? Yeah,
Oh, but
yeah.
you
So
got the Rico. You got
I got the Rico
hedge,
too.
the hedge Rico that you got to
Yeah,
use.
sorry. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go back. I took Cooks out. I'm going with my Hedge Rico and my Judkins, and I save salary
Man,
by doing so.
your inventory is very impressive. Now I understand why you're very competitive in the internal
Yeah,
contest.
yeah. I've
Yeah,
I
you've done a good job of roster building here. I have a
thank you.
feeling you've probably put like a bunch of money into this and you're just not fessing up to it.
I I've put basically money I win in internals ends up going back into the
Yeah, yeah,
into my
just
inventory.
reinvest.
So
Yeah.
exactly. So I think in Jigba against Arizona here at home, I like that quite a bit. And I think a few people internally have in Jigbas, so it's a bit of a hedge there as well. But now, so I've got 11,990 in salary remaining. I'm gonna look here. I don't know why it's decided to get all funky on me here for a moment, but here, let's go back. Yeah, I don't know. That's actually never happened before. Where in the middle of setting this, it's
Yeah, it's
done
kind
this.
of
But
grinding.
I think it's because I've got it actually plugged in physically to my computer, and so it's being
There you go.
a
Came up
little
now.
weird there. So all right, so now I've got like I said, 11.9 to spend. That's I'm not going to get high end guys into my lineup here at this point, so it becomes a bit of a puzzle. So I'm actually going to go to my I didn't actually mean to select TJ Hawkinson. When I go to my tight ends here and see what I've got, kind of lower down. So one of my best here is my Bowers 1.4x. But I don't know that I'm going to be able to afford a wide receiver at that point if I were to use my Bowers here. And going against the Denver defense, not the best of matchups. So I'm going to take a look see here, see what my other options are. So I think, I'm leaning towards this Kincaid. Especially since I didn't play the Cook, so it's a little bit of leverage if somebody does play James Cook against me, having somebody else from that game. And now I've got 7260 remaining. Of course, I'm not going to play Terry McLaurin because he's hurt. This Michael Pittman is probably a pretty nice fill there. So I've still got $330 remaining, which, being that close to the salary in GameBlazers, to the salary maximum, is actually really good because, again, I'm only choosing from my own inventory. So it'd be kind of tough to get exactly to that cap without just a huge inventory. And this is a pretty solid roster that I put together here. I could go and spend, I think I have a Jameson Williams in here. So if I wanted a game stack, I could go down and find him. Or maybe I don't anymore. I think I might have used them in a ruck. But yeah, I mean, if I wanted to, again, I could kind of mix and match as I see fit. So for now, this will be my lineup for this week. I'm not committing to keeping it that way, but I can go ahead and see what I did. Hit submit.
Yeah, I mean, if you keep this lineup, you're going down this week. I can just right now.
We shall see. But yeah, that's it's easy to set a lineup. It's fun to do that and kind of mixing and matching and see what's what. And then I think real quick, I'm gonna pop into now you get to just see the weather in Erie today is 65 degrees. Here, I'm gonna go back to it's a very nice day here at home. So in packs, I've still got a couple to open, but I'm going to go to the shop because I do have some credits to spend that are burning a hole in my pocket. So I'm going to go ahead and open a rare pack. You saw me open a common pack.
Yeah, look at you.
I'm going to spend the credits.
You got enough credits for a rare. Goodness gracious.
Yeah. Hey, you save up, man. And I just got credits, and I'm actually going to have more credits come through. Actually, shoot, you know what? I don't think I'm going to have enough for an epic, but let's just be sure. I don't want to be hasty.
You've got another 500 coming for sure.
Yeah.
Right there.
So I got those. Let's just make sure I don't have any more. Oh, look at this.
Oh, you sure do.
Yeah, that's the nice thing about getting that pass and leveling up. All right. So now I'm at 4460. I don't think that's enough to get me an epic. How many credits do we need for an epic? Shoot, I'm over halfway there. All right. I'm not going to buy a rare. I'm going to hold up.
Because I want to hold out until you have enough for the epic.
Yeah, I want to buy an
and
epic
the difference there, maybe it's obvious, maybe it's not, but like we could highlight the difference between the rare and the epic, right? So for the rare, you're getting only 5 items. For the epic, you're getting 10 items. And then kind of, if you read into the details, in an epic pack, your odds of getting a really good pull, like what we've been talking about, like a 1.4x Bowers or a 1.5x Puka, your odds of pulling something like that are just a little bit better when you're purchasing an epic pack versus a rare, or when you're purchasing a rare versus a common, right? Yeah. So that's why you would sort of level up and maybe want to do that instead of, you could use your credits right now to buy, I think it would be 4 common packs, but I kind of agree with you. I think I'd rather spend up for the rare in the hopes of getting, one of those better items that I can use.
Yeah, especially since I can only play in one item or one contest for cash.
Well, I know that's a little bit of a difference, right? If you and I were able to play in anything, then the equation might be different because I could enter. I don't even know what the max is, but there's 5 or 6 contests available to me each week, and I can enter. In some of them, you can enter 5+ lineups, right? So that's where accumulating more inventory and accumulating more cards really benefits you, because you can get more chances at the $15,000 prize pool in the Inferno. So that's where, again, leveling up on this battle pass, and you start to accumulate packs, and you get one of the other things you had in there, maybe we could show it to you, was just one. I think it was a running back, right? You're going to get just one item, or quarterback,
Yeah.
an untradeable quarterback. So you can
Yeah. So
open
here,
that, and
yeah, let's
now you're
open and see
adding
who
to
I
your
got.
quarterback inventory, and now you can enter a third, a third or a fourth lineup in one of these contests.
Yeah, 1.5x Bryce Young. So if I would have played him last week, I would have ended up with almost 2 points.
Oh,
We
you got
got one
another
more.
quarterback there. Are
Yeah,
those both
there's
from? There must have been one in the
yeah, there were
one in the
two. There we
standard
go.
and one in the okay.
Yeah, yeah. So once Purdy's back from injury, yeah, that'd be very nice. Pair him with I think I've got a Juwan Jennings potentially in there I can pair him with. So, but yeah, I still need to go through and of course collect the rest. I mean, I've got a bunch more to claim and to open up here. So I'm excited to do that here shortly. But yeah,
Do
I
you
think
have Maj? Do you have modifiers available?
let me see. Yeah,
Like,
so like the 1.0 boost. That's a good idea. We'll
let's
show
show what
that.
that
So
looks like.
I've got the 1.0 boost. So what I'm going to do is kind of scroll down and find someone I have at 1.0 that I would like to boost. Now, what you have to keep in mind is you don't want to just go boosting everybody and have 1.5s of everybody because, as we pointed out, you need the salary relief when you're setting your lineup. So you need some lower end cost guys. Let's see here. I can also you can sort
filter
by
by that's what I
yeah.
was gonna say. You could filter by just 1.0s.
Okay, so like Garrett Wilson, Debo Samuel, I have at 1.0s. Travis Etienne's not a bad one. No, I used my Travis Etienne 1.0. I needed the salary relief just this last week, and that ended up working out nice for me at the running back position. J.K. Dobbins, that's interesting. Kareem Hunt is potentially interesting with the injury situation right now there. Where'd my Purdy go? All right, I'm going to filter. So you do have to scroll up to filter. And you can just see, you can do it by kind of all these different things. I'm just going to have the 1.0 multiplier in there. So there you go. I know I already
CD.
have a higher
There you
end.
go.
Yeah, I think the CD is probably the way to go with that. So I'm going to go ahead and power up. You see I have some contract extensions too. I'm going to hang on to those, but I'll go ahead and boost. And now my 1.0 CD is a 1.1 CD. And you see that overall number updated as well in the upper left corner. That's kind of a representation of the quality of that item. And those overalls change through the course of the year a couple of times. That always goes up on the blog if a player's overall ends up changing. So yeah, there you go. I've got a powered up CD all set to go.
And one of the other things that was on there was the sell button, right? And we our internal policy is that employees can't buy or sell on the marketplace, but that certainly is a big aspect of this, right? Like you might power up a CD and maybe you've got another one, so you don't really need it, and you could go put it on the market and sell it for, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what some of the prices are, but you could sort of recoup some of your investment by selling it on the marketplace to people that are looking to upgrade their own collections.
Yeah, I think to demonstrate that, I actually have. Oh no, I ended up burning one of them. So I completed a ruck. I used to have two 1.4 James Cooks, but to complete a higher end ruck, I needed a higher end item, so I got rid of it. But yeah, that's a great example of if I were to hit that sell button, now I can decide how long I want it up there. How much I want to charge for it, etc. So real quick, I'll pop in the marketplace. Let's just look and see.
Yeah, see if there's any 1.4x James Cooks in there, and we'll see what the going rate might be right now.
All right, James Cook. Here's a 1.4. 1.4 is $15 right now. Oh no, it's 1.5. Excuse me. My eyes are so bad. Oh man, there's a franchise
for $12.99.
Franchise 1.4 is for $47 because it's got the franchise tag.
Yeah, and the tag there, it means you can keep that item forever. The other items that aren't franchise tagged, they expire after 12 months. But that's why that franchise James Cook is a very valuable item, because once you've got it in your collection, you can keep using it year over year over year.
Yep. Yeah, so no 1.4 is for sale right now. But yeah, a 1.5 that's not franchise tagged is $15. So, and looking at the other ones, yeah, probably that'd probably list for, 10, 11, $12, something in that range.
Mhm.
Cool. Yeah. So anyway, that's kind of a brief, I mean, I say brief overview. We've been talking now for like 20 minutes, but 25 minutes. But I think we want to do a couple of these just to kind of show, again, there's a lot you can do in here. We haven't even gone over the pick'ems and player prop mini games. So I think maybe that's a fun thing to try next week. We'll let CP screen share. We'll
Yeah,
check
and
his
the
inventory.
challenges you mentioned, the RUCS, RUC, which stands for Roster Upgrade Challenge, and these are ways like maybe we'll get into it with the next video, and we can actually go through one.
Yeah.
But you can sort of exchange cards from your inventory that you maybe aren't using or you don't necessarily want, and you can get rewards for those. You can you can get a rare pack, or you can get
Yeah.
other items. So it's a way for you to sort of I don't know, upgrade your inventory or sort of recycle things and get rid of items that you don't want or don't need. Maybe it's an injured player who's not going to play for the
Yep.
rest of the year. So we give you opportunities to replace that injured player with with a pack or with some other players that will actually help you. So it's a really sort of fun and compelling part of the product. So maybe we'll go through that on the next one.
Yeah, I like it. Well, this was fun. Thank you, CP. I'm glad I got to show
Yeah.
off my inventory publicly, and it will just get better once
Yeah,
I
now
open
I
up the
know.
rest
I
of
mean,
this
I
stuff.
have some inside knowledge about about the lineup I should put in the internal contest to try to take you
Yeah.
down this week.
As
So
soon as we
I'm
stop
happy for
recording,
that.
I'm erasing all of that and starting over. All right. Well, appreciate everybody for watching. For CP again, I'm Maj, and enjoy your time on GameBlazers, everybody.